this what is going to happen to the herta? If we would have gone on Lushaka, why did we not go there? A white hole would be basically, in theory, the only thing that can destroy basically a black hole. Alright, let's see what they have for us. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. Alright, so we have Firefly sick. We already knew that she is sick in the real world. That's why she like basically Pinnacle.
We're just the audience for this.
Oh, by the way, this cat, after what the developers talked about it in the live stream for version 3.7, this is pretty much confirmed now to be Elio. There is no way it's anything other than Elio. And this pretty much confirms that this cat is one of the most important characters in the game right now, because it is what tells Kafka what the different possibilities are for the Trailblazers and which path is the best outcome path, and in such way it is pretty much what is leading the Trailblaze on the different journeys in order to reach the best possible outcome, and that's why it is one of the most important characters in the game right now. Yes, a cat is one of the most important characters.
The Astral Express is headed in the right direction, facing the Lord Ravager.
Yeah, you see, everything is basically reflected in its eyes. Oh, so these are all of the different possibilities or the different paths that we could have taken. If you remember, after the end of Penakini's story, we had multiple different planets that we could pick between, and I believe that these are basically the different rails that we would have set to them or that we would have ridden to them. And when we were about to decide, Black Swan came in and told us, well, how about you go to Amphoreus instead of any of these planets? And Amphoreus is a planet that nobody, not even the Trailblaze Aeon, visited, which means that you are going to lay a new trail or a new path to basically a planet that not even the Aeon of Trailblaze visited, which means that you will never ever need to refuel the Astral Express ever again. And that is the reason why we decided to basically take the path to Amphoreus and not one of these different paths. Now, was that basically in coalition or in cooperation with basically the Stellaron Hunters? I don't know if there was any talk between the Stellaron Hunters and basically Black Swan, but apparently Amphoreus was actually the best path we could have picked, because Kafka said that we are on the right direction.
Remember the oceanic planet of Lushaka?
Yeah, this was one of the planets.
The Nameless will experience a peaceful trip there.
Wow, a peaceful trip.
The garden will break the confines of Amphoreus.
Oh, so it is clear that basically the Remembrance path is indeed on the destruction side. They did pick the destruction side. They don't want to stop the rebirth of Iron Tomb. Quite the contrary, they want to accelerate Iron Tomb's rebirth, because they want to record the basically 2 points: the point at which a Lord Ravager is born, which is Iron Tomb, and the point at which an Aeon falls, which is basically the Aeon of Erudition. So they want to record these 2 points, and that's why they sided with the Aeon of Destruction. They are pretty much going on their own path, because nobody cares about anybody. Everyone cares about only their own path, and since this is basically the best outcome for their own path, they would be able to register 2 singularities that are absolutely massive for them: the birth of a Lord Ravager and the fall of an Aeon, and that's why they sided basically with the Aeon of Destruction. So they don't care about anything that is good or evil, they care about their own path, and that's basically the best outcome for it.
With herta paying the tragic price.
In Destiny's worst outcome,
The herta
a
paying
genius
the
will
tragic. The herta paying the tragic?
meet
What?
a premature fall
Oh my
and
god!
embark on a blood-soaked
Is this what is going to happen to the herta? If we would have gone on Lushaka, this is... Oh my god. The herta would have had to basically fuse or merge with the Iron Tomb, and this is what we would have gotten? Oh my lord, why did we not go there? This is 10 times better than the design of Iron Tomb that we have right now. Oh my lord. Like, what the hell is this? The fact that this is just an art that we will never see in the game is just ridiculous, man. Like, seriously. For real. This is one of the absolute best arts we have ever seen. Oh my god.
In the name of the third emperor.
If they go to the agate world,
This is
the
another
Stellar
path that we
Disasters
could have
Ground
gotten.
Zero, the Express will brush past Selenova.
Oh
But
wow.
on the other side of the cosmos, a xianzhou alliance will stray from the trailblaze
Oh my
and
lord.
return to its original
Is-
end.
Jesus Christ, is Jingli Yu an evil person now? Or what?
Lord Ravager's ascending wings will sound the praise.
Oh, they are going to fight the Aeon of basically abundance. And that is going to cause a war that is just beyond belief. And as you can see, they have also the swarm disaster here with them. Which is pretty interesting, because we already know that they do have part of the aeon of propagation, but does that mean that they would be able to control basically the swarm? If that is what they are going to do, that is going to be ridiculous, because if you control these little insects, you are pretty much in control of an army that is just unkillable. They just continue on multiplying and multiplying and multiplying, and they just are unkillable. So being able to be in charge of such an army is just going to be ridiculous.
Find more. As for the glass belt, that stage for the morning actors, the black hole and the white hole will devour each other at the end of that script.
We have our boy Welt finally doing something here, but unfortunately, as you can see, the white hole is going to pretty much eradicate the black hole. The only thing that can destroy a black hole is a white hole, in theory as well, because if a black hole is basically swallowing everything, a white hole would be basically extracting everything, and the only thing that can basically destroy something that is swallowing everything is something that is extracting everything, and therefore a white hole would be basically, in theory, the only thing that can destroy basically a black hole. But either way, we have here basically Zephyro as the white hole, and we have basically Welt as the black hole, and this, in my opinion, would be the worst outcome we could ever imagine, because of the fact that we are going to fight the one that is unbeatable of the Lord Ravagers. This is the strongest Lord Ravager, and having him basically on our journey immediately like that would not be a good outcome. That is going to be a horrible outcome. This is going to be a death for the Astral Express without even any fight at all.
Rupturing the cosmos. For that road leads to the most ferocious enemy, Zephyro.
Yeah.
That's enough. Just thinking about it is
Oh my
scary.
god, that would have been
Nothing we can
horrible
do if it
outcome,
really
man.
ends that way.
Yeah, that would have been the
Fortunately,
end of the Astral
Destiny
Express.
is still on the right track. Only two possibilities remain.
So even though we are on Amphoreus, there are still two possibilities that are going to
Or
happen.
50-50. In possibility A, the remembrance of Amphoreus will still head towards destruction. See you tomorrow.
Which I believe they are.
Thank you for fulfilling my wish.
I think that outside of basically Cyrene, the Remembrance path is definitely on the side of destruction. They aren't on the side of the good people.
An ending like none that has come before.
Farewells are unavoidable for the Trailblaze. On the road to defy the destruction, We must become used to loss in order to continue onward.
Or there's possibility B.
Which
Something
is?
more tempting, but also more terrible.
How is it possibility B if it is
In
even
the name
more
of
terrible?
love, she will treasure all that has faded. Till the end of time, when the remembrance becomes the fourth kind of finality.
Everything is about remembrance. Remembrance is either going to become the fourth kind of finality, which is pretty interesting to think about. In theory, it really is a kind of finality. When you are preserving everything for finality, it is pretty much a kind of finality. But what do they mean by becoming the fourth kind of finality? And what are the other three kinds of finality? We know that finality is finality, but what are the other two? And do they mean that this is one of the paths that is going to destroy the world, or is it one of the paths that is going to basically preserve the world? It's going to be pretty interesting to learn more about the Remembrance path, because there is apparently a lot more about it than what we know right now. But everything is revolving about basically the Remembrance path here, and whether it is going to
come
side
on.
with us or
Please
with the
make sure it
destruction.
doesn't happen.
The gazes of the eons will soon all fall upon Amphoreus.
Why don't we meet them at the next stop after Penaclony wraps up?
There better
Do
still
they-
be a next stop.
That was a good one played.
Don't worry.
There better
The
be a
views of
next
the road
stop.
ahead are already reflected in those eyes.
Yeah, you see, this is a confirmation that this cat is Elio. It's 100% confirmed now. Yeah. So, oh, there is more?
A tomorrow where the
Okay.
stars shine. And Amphoreus's life. People meet each other from breaking
All of the
apart
different crisis
and
airs.
face farewells by embracing. Remember to take a deep breath, partner. Then, walk towards tomorrow.
Oh, they are doing the same thing that they did with Alicia. They are deleting all of the data. Now, in Alicia's trailer, the deletion was basically stopped and it was recovered with the power of friendship and nonsense, which was basically the different basically flame chasers. However, at the end of the day, Alicia had to kill herself anyway in order to be able to defeat basically the Hercher that she was fighting, which is the Hercher of Corruption. But we will see if the same thing is going to happen here as well. Because if this data deletion is necessary in order to defeat basically Iron Tomb, then that is going to be pretty interesting and a very cool story. But if it is just here to tell us, oh look, Cyrene is going to die, and then nothing happens to her and nothing happens to any of the Crisis heirs, then that is just typical Honkai Star Rail story, where nothing happens to any of the good people and only bad things happen to the bad people. Which is just typical kids' story. This is literally what kids' stories are. So we will see what they are going to do. For now, the story looks pretty phenomenal, but I would be basically pretty skeptical about how it would end. So we will see. We will see. I really hope that this farewell Amphoreus isn't here just to tell us that, oh look, something bad is going to happen, and then at the end of the day nothing bad happens. I hope that something bad is going to happen on Amphoreus, and not just say basically tease us with something and it never happens. So overall, I would say that this was one of
The
the
rest is
absolute
up to
best
her now.
trailers they had actually.
Do I need
They
to
did show
lend
us
a hand with
many
that
important stuff. For example, they showed us basically what would happen if we would have taken other steps, which would basically be if we go on this planet first, Lushaka, and we would have our girl here, the Herta, fuse with Iron Tomb instead, and that would have basically led to this amazing design, which I am very, very salty that we aren't going to see it in the game ever, basically because of the fact that the herta will never fuse with Iron Tomb. That is just ridiculous, man. This design is too goated to just remove it like that from the entire game. This is just ridiculous. They should have picked a different design. This design should have been a design for one of the bosses that we are going to fight. Like, seriously, this is one of the absolute best designs they have ever given us until now, and it's going to be just a picture here that we will never ever see again. It's just unbelievable, man, unbelievable. A Lord Ravager herta. Lord Ravager herta, oh my god. And then the other path would have led basically to Selenova, but it would have caused basically a war between the xianzhou alliance and basically the aeon of abundance, which would have led to destruction, obviously. Another path would have led us to the worst ever outcome, which would have been basically facing Zephyro, which would have put an end to our story before it begins, because Zephyro would have just ridiculously eradicated us and eliminated everything that we stand for without any effort. So it's good that we didn't go there. And then there was another pass. Okay, it seems that I skipped over it. Yeah, this is, or no, this is actually the path. Okay, so the final path is basically going on Amphoreus and facing the Lord Ravager Iron Tomb instead, and that would be basically the best outcome, because it would lead basically to two different outcomes, and in both of them the result that we are going to get, even though it's not the best results ever, it would be the best result from the different outcomes that we are going to get basically. And it seems like from the trailer, it seems like something bad is going to happen, but it is still the best thing we could have ever gotten basically from it. So we will see what is going to happen on Amphoreus for the next story, and I really hope that since they are raising all of these flags and they are basically giving us all of this teasing about something bad is going to happen, that something bad actually do happen and not just teasing us. But either way, this is my opinion about it. I would love to hear your opinion about it in the comments section below. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell beside it to stay notified with everything new about Honkai Star Rail. And until next time, see you as always in the next video.